At least 67 people are now known to have died following catastrophic wildfires on the Hawaiian island of Maui. Officials there are warning that search teams could still find more victims from blazes that torched 1,000 buildings, likely requiring many years and billions of dollars to rebuild. They're trying to determine how the inferno, the deadliest natural disaster in the state's history, was able to spread so rapidly. Well, for more, let's cross live now to our correspondent on the ground, Wassim Cornet. Wassim, you have seen firsthand the devastation in Lahaina. Describe those scenes to us if you can, and just tell us what survivors there have been saying to you.
Yes, we were able to gain access to Lahaina this Friday, and I think it's not an overstatement to say that it really looks like an apocalypse. We saw dozens and dozens of homes and businesses charred, burned to the ground, and that same scene was repeated street after street, block after block, as far as the eye could see. Truly apocalyptic in Lahaina. Hundreds of homes have been lost, according to authorities. For the first time since Tuesday's fire, residents of the town have been able to return to Lahaina with proof of ID, of proof that they actually do live in town. And we saw several families returning home for the first time, sifting through the rubble, trying to find any kind of objects or mementos of souvenirs that they could possibly salvage through all that rubble and ash. And of course, every single person we spoke to also shared their story with us, their story of survival, how they escaped the flames on Tuesday, how they were able to jump into their car and essentially just save the clothes that they had on their back, perhaps a few dollars in their wallet, and just were able to escape the town by the skin of their teeth. I also met a young man who lost his home in Tuesday's fire. He essentially had to jump out of his car because he got stuck in a massive traffic jam. He jumped into the water, and along with two other people, he stayed in the ocean for 8 hours before he was finally rescued by Coast Guard at 2 a.m. Wednesday morning. And he told me the main conversation that was going around that small group in the water was whether they were going to die by suffocation, from drowning, or from hypothermia. And we have heard, again, countless horror stories just like that one.
Extraordinary testimony, Wassim. Separately, the Attorney General there in Hawaii has opened an investigation into wildfire decision-making. What can you tell us about that?
Well, first of all, it's important to note that the United States has a very advanced emergency alert system. Whenever there is a tornado warning or a flash flood warning, everyone's phones in the area does go off with this high-pitched sound to alert people to the danger. In this case, during Tuesday's fire, no one got an alert, no one got an evacuation order. And so residents that we spoke to, residents have been speaking to other media outlets saying that they felt abandoned, that they were left to fend for themselves when the flames picked up in Lahaina Tuesday afternoon. However, authorities are defending themselves, saying that when the flames started affecting the area, firefighters on the island of Maui, of which there are only 100 for the whole island, were busy battling a much larger fire in the center of the island. And authorities also say that those flames had already knocked down several cell towers. So even if they had sent out an emergency alert message, most people would not have gotten it.
Wassim, thank you so much for that update. That is our correspondent, Wassim Cornet, joining us live from Hawaii.